Good morning. This is Professor Shaw again signing on. We are in the field of Unit 1, completing stage half of the place we come across. So what I'm asking is, I request once again, please subscribe this channel to your friends or somebody else if you are interested. No fee for it. Okay, shall I start the class now? Okay, start. So first topic is computer organization. Sir, you told about digital computer. What is organization is computer is actually? I mean hardware component connection. That is called actually. The computer organization is the hardware component that are transparent to the programmer. Okay. So computer, what all the things are there? You know very well there will be a input, there will be a processor, there will be output. The processor is CPU, Central Processing Unit. The CPU, if you keep in one chip, that is called microprocessor. Think now you understood, I think. Am I right? Okay. So what are the microprocessors? It contains what? Arithmetic logic unit, control unit, memory unit. So who is producing this microprocessor? One is Intel, another one is Motorola. Intel starts with 80 series, Motorola starts with 680 series. What is Intel? Could you say example of evolution of Intel? Intel is 4004 first launched. That is a 4-bit microprocessor. That is 4-bit microprocessor. Then Intel has incremented its speed to say 8-bit, 16-bit, that we will see later. So now you know what is microprocessor. That microprocessor is nothing but single chip CPU. Microprocessor was driven by clock pulse. Clock pulse means what, sir? It must have a positive, another one is negative pulse. So generally in a computer, we have got input unit, central processing unit, output unit. The central processing unit, you have microprocessor and memory with you to transfer the informations. So microprocessor is a single chip CPU. It has ALU, control unit and memory. Okay, that's all about just arithmetic, just microprocessors. So, sir, okay, now you tell me about performance of microprocessor. How the microprocessor we will judge? It is calculated by clock speed. Clock speed means what? One on, one off. That will take one time cycle. So 1 megahertz or 2 megahertz, the multi number of megahertz, it says about speed of the microprocessor. Next comes instruction set. So what is instruction set? It has got addition, subtraction, multiplication. These are the instructions existing over there. Next comes word size. So what is word size there? See, if you got 16-bit microprocessor, the word size is half. Generally, we refer 32-bit is a word. So 16-bit is half word, 32-bit is a full word, 64-bit is a double word. Now, instruction types. Understood or not? Data transfer, that is transferring of data from one place to other place. Next, arithmetic operations. What is that arithmetic operation? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Next, logical operation. Logical operation means what? And, or, not, with that derived. And, nor, not, x, or, and, or, x, nor. Control flow, greater than or less than. Input, output, read or write. So, now you come across what is the performance of microprocessor in megahertz form. Word size means what is 16-bit, what is 32-bit, why 64-bit double word, and instruction type data transfer, arithmetic operation, logical operation, control flow, I/O. So I think now you can speak a little bit about performance of microprocessor. Now, data communication between CPU and memory. So CPU, we know central processing unit. Memory means what's a memory? Okay. How to communicate CPU with memory? So first, memory, some data will be stored. The data will be some address. The data will be stored. So you must have the address register. Then only you can go and search the place and select it. Then you keep the data in the address to data register, MDR. So MAR is memory address register, MDR is memory data register. So MAR, your address, you will search and keep the data, access the data. Once you access the data, you place in MDR, memory data register. Next comes program counter, PC. So what is this PC meant for? PC is quite common, I can say, actually program counter. That is the length of the program, what it is. For example, it is a 4-byte instruction, every length is 1000 starting address. So the 4-byte length means next line is 1004. Another 4-byte one line is 1008. This is called program counter. Not understanding. Program counter means next line, what is the address the computer will jump to. For example, move A comma B is the instruction. Move is 1 byte, these two are 1 byte. So 1 plus 1, 2 bytes. So my address is 1000 means next line is 1000 plus 2, 1002. That's called program counter. Next comes bus. So what is bus? Collection of wires. 8-bit microprocessor is in MDR and RAM should be 8 bits. Understood or not? This is the communication. That is, I got an address register, I got a data register, I got a program counter and 8-bit representation. Sir, you told little bit we studied, sir, but we are very much interested in microprocessor. That I will teach you. Types of microprocessor, classification of microprocessor, that we are going to study. So what it says, actually data width. I can say olden days 4-bit microprocessor Intel was launched 4004. Then they increased the speed to 8-bit microprocessor, that is 8085 or 8080, and 16-bit microprocessor 8086, 32-bit microprocessor, 64-bit microprocessor. So what is the advantage of increasing the bit size? Speed will be very fast. Processor speed will be very fast. So what do you want to say? 8-bit microprocessor, how to differentiate 8-bit and 16-bit? 8-bit means data lines will be 8. 16-bit means data lines will be 16. And then 32-bit means data line will be 32. 64-bit means data line will be 64. Understood or not? But one more thing. Suppose you got an instruction C is equal to A plus B, or you want to find the square root. 8-bit needs, you want to find the square root of it. So 8-bit needs 10-line program. The same operation 16-bit needs 5 lines program. Same 32-bit needs 2 lines program. 64-bit needs only 1 line program. See how they disperse? When you got a function, that function will be digested by 8-bit in 10 lines. The same 10-line program I will write in 16-bit 5 lines. 32-bit 2 lines. So 1 line. So what is happening? I am reducing the instruction set size. That is called RISC, reduced instruction set on computers. RISC concept. It is our, so sir, olden days only 8-bit was there. So the program size was very bigger. And then 16-bit has come, program size was very smaller. That's 32-bit came again half out of it. Small. That's what I want to say, reduced instruction on computer. This is available in supercomputers, Param or Cray XMB of your in India. Then complex instruction set computers. So those two types of instruction sets are there. You studied, no? Now, memory devices. Memory means moment they will store something. It can be a sequential or random access. Any doubt? Sequential means what? One by one. Random means rapidly, haphazardly you will access. So again you tell me, sir. Data with 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit. Reduced instruction set. A bit increases, reduces a little bit increases. How to differentiate 8-bit and 16-bit? How to identify? Depends upon the data lines. Memory data can be accessed sequential, random access. So I think now you understood little bit about it. Okay. Now, one more complication. Sir, what is the difference between primary memory and secondary memory? Primary memory, I will say that is main memory. There only you will load the program to run. Secondary memory means what? CD-ROM or DVD player or whatever, hard disk. Secondary memory. You got a program in secondary memory. You will load the program into main memory, execute, bring it back. Secondary memory, execute. Suppose the secondary memory size is very big. You will divide the program into pages by pages. You will bring the page 1 to main memory, execute, bring it back. Page 2, execute, bring it back. Page 3, execute, bring it back. So some pages repeatedly coming here and there will be there. High frequency pages. What to do about them? Repeatedly bring it back to time will be wasted. So that's why we kept a temporary memory between primary and secondary. I'll keep a temporary memory. High frequency pages will be kept. That memory is called cache memory. So if anybody has a question, what is cache memory? Primary memory is the memory you will run the program. Secondary memory is a CD-ROM. All pages you cannot at a time bring it. So one by one, page 1, execute, bring it back. Some high frequency pages repeatedly coming here and there. Instead of that, if you keep a temporary memory between primary and secondary, that's called cache memory. The size is very small. Then main memory, I told you. Secondary memory, I told you. So what is RAM meant for? RAM means random access memory. It is also called main memory. RAM is the form of, this is the structure of the RAM. Operating system will be there. Your program will be loaded. Data will be loaded. RAM is volatile. What is volatile? Once the power goes off, everything will be splashed. Types of RAM: static RAM, dynamic RAM. In dynamic RAM, refreshing circuit frequently. So what do you want to say? How to differentiate static RAM and dynamic? Static RAM, you don't need this refreshing circuit. Dynamic RAM, we need a refreshing circuit. For long storage, dynamic RAM is better. Static RAM for just. Okay. Next comes read-only memory. ROM. What is the example? CD-ROM. Actually, read-only memory. So you can read, we will say WORM. Have you heard about it? Write once, read many times. Programmable ROM means now one time you can program, many times you can read. Non-volatile, you cannot delete it, power goes off. Return once, write once, read many. That's called PROM. Next comes erasable PROM. Sir, you only told only one time right, then erasable means how? You exposed to UV rays, ultraviolet rays, completely erased. Next is electrically erasable. Not only ultraviolet, even laser light also we can erase. That's called EPRAM. Electrically erasable PRAM, E squared PRAM we will say. So I'll tell you one thing. Types of RAM: static RAM, dynamic RAM. So dynamic RAM is good. Static RAM is small size, non-volatile. ROM is non-volatile, and PROM, EPROM, EEPROM, and cache memory is speed up the memory retrieval process. Cache memory is a memory between primary and secondary. So high frequency pages will be kept over there for quick accessing. Now you can understand the what is cache says for, but after some days when you come across the second year level of BE, you will understand what is cache it does. You got a CPU, you got a main memory, so you will bring it to here. Yeah, don't worry, no confusion. Next, a hard disk. Hard disk means example magnetic disk. It can be single side or double side. Compact disk, that is CD-ROM. Size is 700 MB. Digital versatile disk, DVD, that is 4.7 GB. So memory is what? I got a hard disk, I got a CD, I got a DVD. CD size is 700 MB, DVD size is 4.7 GB. Next, flash memory devices. So what is flash memory devices? For example, electronic devices, solid state. So every device will be solid state only. What is that in solid state? You want to say? No, sir. LCD, you take liquid crystal display. A liquid concept will be there. That's the spot they are emphasizing solid state. Non-volatile means when the power goes off, also nothing will be erased. Example, EEPRAM, EPRAM. Okay. Like the pen drives, memory cards. Example. Okay. Okay. So these using personal digital cameras and mobile phones also used. Okay. Fast access. Next one is our next topic. We are going to cover that is called port and interface. So what is port meant for? Port means carry. Trans means across. Transport means carry across. Similarly, in the computer, when you connect, no, so if you are giving inside the computer, import. When you go outside the computer, export. That's the mechanism. That's what we will say port is. Port means okay, export and import. There are two types of ports are there. One is serial port, another one is parallel port. Serial port serially it will display remote pass the device information. Parallel port parallelly. So why you need when you got a parallel port, it'll do very fastly. Why you are bothering about serial port? It's very costly. That's why. Next, USB means what? Universal Serial Bus. External device. The Universal Serial Bus. That's all. Now you understood port, import, export. Then I told you about what is serial port, what is parallel port, and other things. Next, sir, you told about port. Then when you talk about the connector, VGA connector, tell me something about it. There's monitor to display like LCD projector. It will display like LCD projector. Okay. So now you studied little bit. Still more it is there in the port. Audio plugs. Sir, VGA means display the information in the color VGA. Audio means what? Sound. Audio microphone to connect sound speaker, microphone and headphone. Plugs will be there. That's called audio phone. PS2 port means mouse and keyboard to connect PC. So again I'll tell you, VGA means display connector. Yeah, audio means audio microphone, audio speak everything. PS2 port, ESCSI. Sir, what is audio? We are not understanding. We are typing in the computer. Where the audio comes over there? That is concept of multimedia. Multi means many, media is communication. Multi means not only text, audio also can give input. A video picture also can give input. So audio, video, text, whatever it may be, that is called multi things. That's the spot actually. It is a flavor of computer nowadays. Multimedia. Then SCS to connect the hard disk. So again, I'll tell you when you talk about the system in the back, there will be a board will be there. In that keyboard port is this port I told you to carry keyboard means input. So input mouse port is this. Then VGA output device, and this is USB universal serial bus network port. This is serial port. Serial port is there. You know very well. I taught you serial port. Like that parallel port will be available. This is hexagon shape. This is the no. This is power supply. SMPS. So now I think you know a little bit. Still more it's available. We will see. That is called high definition multimedia interface. What is this? We are not understanding. It is an audio or video interface. Uncompressed audio and video compatible monitor LCD projector. That's all. That's a high definition. So multimedia compatible. That can say multimedia compatible is what? Audio also compatible, video also compatible, audio plus video also compatible. So that's called multimedia compatible interface. So interface means connection of two functional units. That is the interface. Connection is called interface. Understood or not? Is it easy for you to study about this concept now? So now what we have come across computer organization, I taught you. I told you about what is computer organization is, and then I told you about so many devices, memories, and port and the connection out of it. Everything we analyzed. So now this is the time to sign off. So again, I request you Please subscribe this channel to your friends or anybody else. So your staff members, your students, your plus one or B for plus B second year or plus BSc, BCA, whoever it might be, it will be compatible for all the members. So this is the time to sign off now. Okay. So we will see still more concept of operating system in the next class. This is Professor Shah signing off. Thank you.